Stop, you're overthinking it. I brought this up in my former Amazon bestseller, Replace Your Salary with Real Estate, which is not a real estate book really, it's more of a personal finance book, but I digress. I describe a scenario in that book that centers around making decisions. This is what I think is our biggest problem, is making decisions. So I'm in the store and I've decided I want to buy skis. And I spoke with the rep there. Here's who I am, here's what I'm after, here's my skill level, what do you got? And I put it on him. I'm putting my purchase responsibilities onto him, saying, what do you recommend based on what you know? Now, he knows more than I do. I didn't know what I was buying. He asked me a bunch of questions, fitted me, and I walked out of that store with new boots, bindings, skis, poles. I was done. I'm fine with that outcome. If it turns out to be a bad decision, well, I'll deal with the consequences because I put the trust on someone else. Here's what would happen if I did something a little differently. Imagine I just spent months and months on Google looking at reviews, trying to time the perfect sale, trying to assess what's the best thing for me. And I invested all this effort towards it. If it came down to the final moment where I have to go and make that purchase, I'm probably gonna hesitate because I put in so much time, I can't possibly give myself a reason for getting it wrong. So if I buy it, I'm making a final decision and I'm introducing the outcome that I might possibly have picked the wrong one, in which case all that time would have been wasted. And so a lot of times what I see is people spending so much time on the research phase to buying whatever they're going to buy, and it puts them in a position where they're never going to win. You've gone too far with the number of hours or the number of sites or just the manpower, the brain power you put into making a decision that you've removed the ability for it to be the wrong decision. You've invested too much time. So there's a declining return. You can research for sure, and it should be in proportion to the purchase that you're making in terms of dollars. Like if you're buying a house, you shouldn't go out and buy it in 5 minutes. But if you're buying a pack of gum, you buy it on the spot because it's cheaper. So it has to be commensurate with the value of that thing you're buying. But you can overthink it. And then when you get there, you're in dangerous territory. There's no win. You're not giving yourself a chance to win. There's too big of a risk factor. And that is crippling you. That is giving you the paralysis analysis, if you will. And that's not a good place to be. My point is this: you have to decide to decide. Be reasonable, be responsible, and be rational when it comes to making decisions. Don't go too far into decision-making mode that you've made it impossible for yourself to actually make a decision.